Dearly beloved, we have gathered here today to get through this thing called Mix CD. My name is Mike, part of the SPDM crew, and I love making Mix CDs. Each week, we give our guests a theme and an 80-minute time limit for which songs they're going to pick for their Mix CD. This week, Thanksgiving is upon us. So for us in the States, we celebrate turkey for some strange reason. There's plenty of other things to be thankful for. And apparently, we only have one day of the year to be truly thankful for things like family and food. It's not like we can do this all the time. But this gives us a good opportunity to talk about what music you actually play during Thanksgiving dinner. So, I got pitched this idea by none other than frequent collaborator, sip pop writer, and all around friend of the show, friend of mine in general, Patrice Downing. Patrice, how's it going? It's been too
Oh,
long. It's
it's
been
been
way too long.
so long again. I
Hmm.
know. Like we have lives and stuff. It's so crazy.
Ew,
I don't know
but
why we work and have families. Jeez.
we go through this like every couple of months or so, where it's like, it's
Oh
been
yeah.
too long. It's been too long. Let's record. So I'm glad that you brought this up. But I'm also curious as well, what prompted you to bring this up? As do you typically have a
Yes.
Thanksgiving meal
100%.
mix? Okay. Okay.
A
So
100%. So I had
so
started making, yeah, I started making my Thanksgiving mix because it is next week.
mhm.
And I was like, I need a good 80 minutes of, you know, no lyrics, nothing too bouncy, nothing, to keep everyone calm enough while they're sitting down and eating for the like while you're setting the table kind of time, and then a little bit of the cleanup time. And then it's back to kind of, usually Christmas movies and stuff for us, or the trim and the tree mix because we actually do decorate our tree on Thanksgiving.
Mm,
So that's been something we've done for a number of years now because everyone's together. So we started it kind of once all the kids moved out of my mom's house because everyone was together on Thanksgiving Day. So we kind of started decorating the tree a good 15 years ago on Thanksgiving Day. And then we just kind of carried it over into our house. So I love having an upbeat mix for that time, but I like to have the instrumental only kind of music while we're actually getting ready and sitting down to eat because it's all about talking and hanging out at that point. So you don't need anything too
or,
overbearing.
or at least it should be
It should
about
be.
that
Exactly.
because I cannot tell you how many times I've gone to dinner at friends' houses and all everyone's doing, they're just on their phone.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like, are we going to talk? Are you going to
Yeah.
like actually chat with me? Like, why did you
Mhm.
invite me over except for to check a box? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, if my kids are with me, my phone is not out while I'm eating. Like
Yeah,
if it's different. I feel like it's different. Like if you're not home and you're with a group of friends the same age and all your kids are somewhere to be able to check your phone and stuff. But I think like if your whole family is there and there's literally nothing that could be coming up that's important to check on, why do you have your phone out?
fair.
That bothers me. Like
That
I'm not trying
yeah.
to be get off your lawn, but get off my lawn.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it's just the last great vestige when it comes to community gathering right now is sitting down together for a meal because most community gathering now, unfortunately, you and I can attest to this because
Yeah,
the only way to do it is to do it online. And
exactly.
for us who we're friends, we met through writing through the same website,
Mhm.
but the chance to potentially sit down for a meal together one day, that's cool, but I don't know when
Yeah,
that's gonna happen. So,
logistically, like, you'd have to be on vacation at Disney,
which,
and I'd be like, "Well, I'll drive the 100 miles." Like, that
right.
would be like, that is logistically how something like that would happen, and it's interesting because it's so cool that people like us do get to meet each other and be friends from so many hundreds of miles away now. I mean, like, even 5, 10 years ago, like, I'd never meet people like you and Nick and Shane and all these people that I talk to all the time that have
Mhm.
become really good friends. And, it's so cool that we have these ways to meet
Hmm.
virtually. But at the same time, like, I still feel like sitting down for a meal is such like a core memory from childhood. And it's such like a different experience than anything else. And I know in my family it was always a big deal. Like, we don't answer the phone during dinner when it was like a wall phone, like if it's ringing, you're like, hey, it's the machine's picking it up.
Yeah,
Like we
it's
don't
fine.
answer the
Yep.
phone during dinner, and like if your friend called during dinner, it's like they better not do it again. Like,
Hmm.
don't your friends know that we eat at 5 o'clock every day or whatever it was?
Right.
So I feel like that is something that just has kind of gone by the wayside because people don't make the time to sit down with their family and eat. And it's sad because it's the catch up on your day and, just unplug from everything outside that's, coming into your day and
Hmm.
just focus on like the 3 or 4 people that you're with for a very short period of time,
Hmm.
you know. And I think that having music be part of that makes the experience so much richer because I think because we live in such a digital world, you do have to have other things. Like, I don't think you can sit in a quiet room anymore. Like, I just think that our brains can't handle the monotony of quiet, which is sad too, you
Hmm.
know? But I think having the right mix of music going on to keep the conversation flowing and to keep everyone still just enough outside distraction because some of us can't do things if we're not multitasking.
It's
It's
true.
just
It's
the way
true.
we're wired now. It's just our brains have evolved to think that that's what we have to do.
Hmm.
So that's why I like to have these mixes for when I know we're having like big family gathering kind of things. So and I don't have to think about it. I don't have to worry about if a song that is inappropriate or that everyone hates comes on. Like I like having these 80-minute mixes. Just like they're a very happy place for me because I know
Hmm.
for that 80 minutes it's only things I want to hear
Yep.
and it's the order I want to hear them and the version I want to hear. So yeah, this was obviously something I was gonna do with or without having to record this with you. I was gonna have my dinner mix.
Fair. So the to your point about listening to music during a meal, when's the last time that you went to a restaurant that was just super quiet? That's right, it
Right.
doesn't exist.
It doesn't
So
exist.
whether they have blasting 80s music, which there's a time and a place for stuff like that, but most of the
Mhm.
time at restaurants and just most of the time when you're eating in general, it's usually something instrumental. So I kind of reckon with that a little bit when putting my list together because I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, why would I just put instrumental stuff? And then I really thought about it. I'm like, well, if you just put instrumental stuff, then you could still have a conversation with people.
Mhm.
And then I had this slight moment of panic, be like, what was I thinking? Why on earth would I even think to put something that had lyrics in it?
Right.
Because for certain occasions, like going out to a bar or going out somewhere, or like in my case, also hosting or doing trivia. Like
Mhm.
I don't want just quiet instrumental stuff during trivia. I want music. So
Yep.
that's where I had to reel back my expectations a little bit and think, oh yeah, that's right. I do music, just instrumental stuff is kind of nice when you're sitting down for a meal. So I guess I'm curious before we get into the actual list, do you have any fun Thanksgiving traditions or Thanksgiving foods that are like, or Thanksgiving hot takes that you're like down with turkey or whatever? Which, if that's your choice, then I still respect you as a friend. I will not agree with you, but I will still respect you.
I don't like the effort of turkey.
That's
Like
fair.
turkey is exhausting to me. And even it's at the point because I've made turkey so many times that I am exhausted for the host that makes a full turkey
Hmm.
because it's not just about prepping and cooking a full turkey and how much time it's in the oven but about afterward cleaning up a freaking turkey. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
There's nothing I dread more than like trying to eviscerate the carcass of a bird afterward. Like
Mhm.
a rotisserie chicken is the same way for me. I love eating a rotisserie chicken. I hate that I have to like after I eat, go in there, peel the rest of the freaking meat off the bones to put away for later because you can't just give a kid half a chicken and say, here you go, don't
Have
eat a
fun.
bone.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine. Like I didn't realize that my one still didn't realize that a drumstick, like you're not eating the bone. I thought he'd finally realized it's not a thing, but I heard a crunch and I instantly was like, "Well, that was an experiment failed. No dark meat for you, sir." So,
Nice try. We'll try this again
I,
another time.
yeah, it's like we'll try again next year.
Mm.
So we really are a ham family. Like me and my husband and the kids all love ham. So I am very much a ham girl for Thanksgiving, but my parents always do turkey and lamb usually too. So,
Mm.
we're Greek. We like lamb with all our occasions. So we always do lamb at Christmas, but sometimes the lamb shank makes its way into Thanksgiving too, and I'm not upset about it.
Mm. Mm. Good call with that. I live in a household where most of the girls don't eat meat, and most of them are kind of picky eaters, so it's lots of sides
Yeah.
for us. So that's fine. I'm the only one that will eat consistently turkey,
Right.
and then worry about dessert afterwards,
Mm.
because that's the big thing. We used to do decorate Christmas trees around like Thanksgiving weekend. This year, for some strange reason, we pivoted. Veterans Day. Yeah, let's decorate
Well,
a tree then.
we put the tree up Veteran Weekend, but
Mm,
we have yet to decorate it because I got a new tree from a friend and
mhm.
it's pre-lit, which we have never had. So the fact that my phone told the tree to turn on to the right pattern of lights saved me a whole day in and of itself. And it's just
This
so pretty the way it is that we have it. I was like, well, maybe we'll just put the garland on and we'll do ornaments on Thanksgiving, but it's still sitting there waiting for Thanksgiving Day for us to decorate.
I'm going to show something to Patrice. This is going to be riveting for the audio listeners out there, but I want you to tell me what better way can you exemplify? Well, a child clearly did this. My
That's amazing.
3-year old just kept piling on a bunch of the ornaments at the bottom. And then, lo and behold, she got super pissed when some of them started to fall off.
To
And she's
fall
like,
off.
why is this happening? We're like,
Yep.
gravity. This is
Yep.
this is just gravity 101, kid. Sorry
Yep.
to do that. And one time the cat knocked one of the ornaments off the tree, and I've never seen my 3-year-old so mad at the cat. Well, okay, that's not true. There's only been one other time, and it's the one time that my youngest was home, a bird got into the house, and then the
Oh
cat
my.
got it. And and
Yeah. So
my
that's why
three
no one wants to eat meat.
yeah. Well, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's part of it.
Yep.
So I guess I'm kind of grateful that they do have a moral
Yeah.
compass somehow
There's a
uh,
moral center in that kid. That's awesome.
about that. But yeah. So for this particular list, did you have a particular process or what you were typically looking for? Do you like reuse songs every year or like every
There
now and
are
again?
there are a couple that I always play. Yeah.
Okay.
There's two in here that are every Thanksgiving mix I think I've ever made. And the one's actually the second song on my list. So, yeah, because it's so perfect for anytime you're having people over for dinner. So actually, if we can get right into my first three, right?
Yeah.
So
How many do you have, first of all?
so I have it's 23 technically. I counted two of them as the same number.
Me too. I do have 23 as well. So, okay, cool. So, why don't you go first with your first three and we'll just go back and forth like we
Okay.
normally do.
Of course. So, not to keep my very Gen X self going, but Smashing Pumpkins actually is my first song. And I'm so excited to be able,
Shut.
I know, this is a great song, and like no one knows about it because it's how they open the Melancholy double CD.
Mhm.
Had Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness is actually the title track, and it's just piano and it's gorgeous.
Mm.
And I actually remember in high school, a friend and me calling all the music shops in the phone book, trying to find the sheet music for this so that she could get it and play it in keyboard class, if
Mm.
that is not the most dated statement I've ever said. So, oh, and we went to the mall to do it. So,
Okay.
so yeah, it's a beautiful 3-minute piano song, and it's kind of it's mellow, obviously, like a little melancholy, but it's beautiful, and it's just so different from anything else they do. And I think it's really cool. The few times I've played it and had other people say, "Oh, what is this?" And I'm like, "It's Smashing Pumpkins," and it's just kind of brings me joy just to say that. So
Very nice.
So I think it's a very fun way to start this mix because I don't think I've ever played it for other people and not had at least one person ask who it was.
Okay.
And it's just it's pretty. So my second one is Be Our Guest. There's an instrumental version by the Midnight String Quartet. It's 3 minutes long, and it's like all the characters are almost like a different string instrument.
Oh,
Because
nice.
it's instrumental, you have like the cello and the violin and viola and stuff kind of being all the characters, which is very cool. And Be Our Guest is like the perfect opening song to a Thanksgiving mix because it's, be our guest, come on in. And this is a song that has made every Thanksgiving mix I think I've ever made. I know originally it was the actual soundtrack version, but then I found, this version was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing and no words. So perfect.
Gotcha.
My next song, I actually had to eliminate, so I switched it with the one I have on here. There's a song called He Carves the Roast Beast from The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Hmm.
I could not find the instrumental version, even though I know it exists, because I know I've heard it, but I could not find it on Spotify. So I replaced it with a different version from the newer Grinch animated one that came out that Danny Elfman scored. And it's
Mm.
called Christmas in Whoville. And it's just really pretty. But as you listen to it, you do recognize that it's from the film, which is kind of cool, but
Hmm.
not enough to be like, you're not singing along or anything because it's not really a lyric-y song to begin with. Like it's one of those like I don't even know what the word they're saying is, like ha hoo or whatever it is that
Hmm.
the Who's all sing.
Gotcha.
So I like this version though because it's Danny Elfman. You can tell it's Danny Elfman when you hear it,
Hmm.
but it's not spooky. It's not like it feels right for a holiday mix. It's very he's so good. He's just so good. He can get a vibe like no one else.
Yes.
So I was really glad to be able to put that in the mix.
Very nice. So my kind of thinking around this was originally I was just going to have just like the karaoke versions of certain songs that I like. But then when you go down this Spotify rabbit hole, you think, "Oh, wait a second. There's actually a lot more options for some of these things as I thought." And then you mix in some things that are from movies directly, which is what I've done because I'm leading off with the Lord of the Rings song. So I'm going with the Shire theme from
Oh, that's
Lord of the
awesome.
Rings. It's a great way just to gather everyone together and just I call it sit down music. It is
Mhm.
the thing that you're gathering people up and you're getting ready to sit down. So I don't know. I just think of just Gandalf going into the Shire and everyone's just like gathering around and all excited and jovial before they're about to stuff their face and get food coma-y. So I felt it was very fitting for that. Plus, it was the first song that I added to my list because it's the first song that I would want to listen to before I'm about to embarrass myself when it comes to eating Thanksgiving dinner.
No, it's
Um,
perfect. It's like a Herd the People
mhm,
kind of song.
exactly. So my next one is from the Titanic soundtrack. I picked Never an Absolution because that's how I feel when I'm about to eat Thanksgiving dinner. Is that, you know, I don't know how much of this I'm going to eat, but let's just go with it, right? And let's just not make any absolutes, any hard and fast truths here. Let's just go for it. And then my
That's
final one
amazing.
is I throw caution to the wind and I want everything. So I picked the song Give Me Everything, a stripped down version of Give Me Everything by Archer Marsh. It's a very nice instrumental version of it. And it's one of those things where some of the music that I pick for this is kind of similar to what you were talking about with the Smashing Pumpkins song is that if anything, it's a good conversation starter and just waiting for someone to be like, wait a second, is this the song from Pitch Perfect? Like
Yeah.
it was the song before that, but thank you for that. Plus also, what a great way just to shoot the gun and be like, let's do this.
Right.
So yeah.
I almost my initial version did have a cover of "I Want It Now" from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory because I thought it was like so appropriate for like we only get to eat this once a year kind of meal.
Hmm.
But I couldn't find an instrumental one that was like low key enough that it because they were all a little too jumpy. It would have to be at like the end for dessert.
Gotcha.
So my next three. It's actually 4, because 2 of them, one's really short and they're from the same movie. But, I have there's a song called "Snow Play" in the Little Women, like, Winona Ryder, Claire Danes version,
Oh,
and you hear it throughout the movie, and it's kind of the medley that is mixed in with everything else, but it's about a minute total for that actual snow play interlude, and then they mix it in with other songs, including "Harvest Time," which is another song from the soundtrack, which was it's a Thomas Newman score, and both of these are just him and the orchestra, and they feel like wintry. Like
mm,
it's so I don't know how to describe it, but when you hear them, like I don't know if it's because I've seen the movie so many times, but I feel snow and winter and fall when I hear these two together. So that's my next part, and then I've got a song I think everyone knows by John Williams. It's "The House" or the Home Alone theme.
we, we just watched this recently for family movie night, and my opinions of this movie have drastically changed now that I'm a parent. And
Oh
now
yeah.
that I have children who look at this and they think it is the most hilarious thing ever. And
hmm
now everywhere I go, I am watching my step to make sure that they did not put down any ornaments, did not put down any cars, did not put down any Legos that I could potentially step on. So,
Yeah, I
anyways,
haven't walked barefoot since that movie came out.
continue.
I mean, yeah, he has a great dinner in the dining room by himself that this is part of, and it's a great song to include on here. And then the last one of this trio is Mannheim Steamroller, "We Three Kings," which is a very important song on Thanksgiving for my family. We have a very specific tradition of hanging a very specific golden ornament that my grandmother, my Yaya Jo, used to make the sequin and bead and pin ornaments back in the 70s, 80s, 90s. And one of the very 70s ornaments she made was a golden hooter, is what we call him. It's a big gold owl with very 70s sequins. And it became our favorite ornament when we were in high school. And me and my 3 brothers would put on bathrobes and pretend to be the kings. And we had a wooden box that we stored it in. And it was a whole ceremony while this song plays. And we hung it every year over the archway. So it's a very important song for my family to have in the mix because it always reminds us of my grandma and the golden hooter.
The Golden Hooter. What just
One year I made everyone golden hooter ornaments for like I made polymer clay ones that looked like the original golden hooter for Christmas. So now everyone has a set of golden hooters on their tree.
nice, nice. I like it.
Yeah, it's a very fun thing for us every year.
All right. So, my next group. So, my next three, after I have my rallying call, give me everything, I need to remind myself and the guests to slow down a little bit. So I picked a acoustic version of the song Desposito because just as a reminder, slow down, slowly, people.
That's awesome.
Doesn't change the fact that the other lyrics do not fit in with Thanksgiving. However, it's a good reminder for me to be like, yeah, let's ease up there, buddy. These next two, I really don't have a good reasoning for them. I just thought that they were really pretty. And also, one of them is a song that a lot of people are like, on, because like I don't think it's like recognizable enough. But then there's one that is pretty recognizable. So I have like a acoustic version of What a Wonderful World. You know,
Oh, it's perfect.
I almost put that towards the back of this, but I want to remind everyone it's a wonderful world, especially when you're feeling food coma sick. So,
Oh my
um,
gosh, yeah.
but I really like so there's a bit of a story behind this last song. So this last song, the trailer for How to Train Your Dragon 3 had Ed Sheeran's Castle in the Sky in it. And I've always like kind of liked that song. But when I play it at trivia or when I play it for other people, people are like, what's this? Like, what is it? So this is one. I'm sure you have songs like this on your list as well, or any of your playlists that you share with other people. There's plenty of songs on here for other people. This one's just for me. And
Right?
and Castle, like there's a version of Castle or Castle on the Hill. I said Castle in the Sky. That's a
Yeah.
That's a Ghibli movie. But Castle on the Hill, it's an Ed Sheeran song, and it's, I don't know, just it's it starts off like really melodic, and then it kind of picks up towards the middle, and then it kind of calms down a little bit. I thought that's a good way to transition into like actually eating. So that's
I like that. I like that reasoning too, because there has to be little gems in a playlist that are just for you. And I
mhm.
definitely have that
Yeah,
because you have to.
of course, of course. So, all right, hit me with your next three.
My next three are my Charlie Brown three, my Vincent Guaraldi trio, if you will,
Mhm.
even though one of them is by the Vincent Guaraldi Quintet. So there's the Thanksgiving theme from the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, which I think is very iconic. They're walking, it's, you get Snoopy and Woodstock walking to the table and walking to set, like I love that song. And it always makes me think of Thanksgiving because I mean, not just because they play it so much during that, but you see it in TV and movies and stuff sometimes too. And I can't not think of Snoopy in the pilgrim hat with the musket hanging over his shoulder and the little Woodstock popping around behind him. And then the other two are the skating instrumental from the Christmas special
Mm,
and Christmas Time Is Here, the instrumental, which I actually like much more than the kids singing. When you take the kid voices out of it, you actually realize how beautiful that little jazzy song really is with just the trio of instruments, which is pretty cool. So I think those three together, because they're not, one's a minute and a half, one's 2 minutes, and then the Christmas Time Is Here instrumental is actually a 6 minute long song. But it
really?
doesn't, yeah, it has a lot of different variations throughout it though. It's not just the part that you think of with the kids singing. It actually goes on and changes kind of in mood and flows through for that 6 minutes. So it doesn't get old, which is nice. Because in a 6 minute song, they, especially from a movie or a show, they can be very repetitive because they were just to keep the undertone of the scene flowing. And it doesn't feel like that. So it's not like, oh, I need a shorter version of this. Like the 6 minute one actually feels like it doesn't get too repetitive. It feels right. So I like that. That's why I have it at the end of those three because the other two being so short, it's nice to have the longer song in the middle because I think if you switch around too much during a dinner mix like this, it actually distracts. So that was the only problem I really had with making this mix in general was some of the songs are so short,
Mhm.
which also allowed me to put some really long songs in here at the end. Like I have a 10-minute song that isn't November Rain. So
Oh, wow.
I never thought it would happen.
Okay, okay.
I'm pretty excited that it did though.
I'll be looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
I am so mad at myself for because I believe in an earlier draft I did not have or I did have the Thanksgiving theme from Charlie Brown on here, but for some strange reason I cut it or I didn't add it properly. So I audibled and I'm adding it, and where it comes up, it'll come
Yeah.
up soon, but not now. So thanks for the assist with that, and it made my playlist exactly 1 hour and 20 minutes. So 80 minutes
Nice.
on the mark. Whether or not it would actually fit on a CD to burn it,
Right.
I don't
It's always hard to
know.
tell.
Yeah, so we'll see. But my next ones going with the Muppet theme. I have the Rainbow Connection on here because I just love that song. And
Oh, it's
this is
gorgeous.
this is one that the kids are all going to recognize as well. Actually, that's not true at all. I will be the only one who recognizes this because my kids, they're not anti-Muppet per se. They are just not enthusiastic about watching
Uh,
the Muppets. When they watched a Muppet Christmas Carol, they were like, "It's fine. It's no
mm.
Mickey's Christmas Carol." I'm like, "You shut your mouth." But
My kids are the same way. I feel like they tolerate it because they can tell I want to watch it,
mhm.
but they're not going to turn it on their own,
Yeah,
which hurts my heart.
it makes me sad. Yeah, just this generation of kids, they hopefully Netflix will restore Sesame Street to its glory, or maybe this will be the final nail in the
It'll be the
coffin
final. Yep.
for Sesame Street.
Had the same thought.
Yeah.
It's like it's either going to bring it back strong or it's totally done.
My next one, I have an acoustic guitar version of Stand By Me because, if we're having some songs and, kind of just everybody's gathering up their food. So Stand By Me coupled with right after that Lean on Me, which
Oh, I
is
love it.
is where eventually everyone's going to end up by the end of this. But stand
100%.
stand by me, lean on me. Those friendly gathering songs as well. Just a great way just to embody that. Hey, we're here with friends, and I guess I'm tolerating some of my family that's here as well, including you, Uncle Bill, and Aunt Diane, who are forever Trumpers and such. I will tolerate you at the table all we want, but that is about
Oh,
it.
so
But all of this to say, I just wanted something, just a friendly reminder to everybody. Hey, we're friends. We want to gather up together. So
yours is so much friendlier because this is my definitely getting into my snark trio
nice.
of my list. Well, so my first one in this next three is Turkey in the Straw. And it's it's a string version by the United States Air Force Strolling Strings, and it's
Okay.
so much fun. It's like 2 minutes of Turkey in the Straw, but
Nice.
it's not quite like hoedown Turkey in the Straw, but it's some really good string work.
Okay.
And I think Turkey in the Straw is one of those songs that even kids kind of recognize from super simple songs and stuff like that, because it seems to be in all the rotation of those kind of things, especially if your kids are into watching like their stuff on YouTube. Especially right now, the algorithm is strong with Turkey in the Straw. So then, because it's smack in the middle of the playlist, which is hopefully smack in the middle of dinner, I put the next song is called Growing Pressure, because if you've been around your family for half a meal already, there's a lot of growing pressure.
Yep.
And this is a song by this amazing cello player named Gabriel Saban. And the song is actually from Etoile, which I know I may be one of the only people that watched it multiple times on Amazon when it came out in the spring. I love that show so much. It's the writer, director of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel,
Mhm.
and it's about the ballet company. And if you haven't watched it, you should have watched it because there's no second season, but it's so much fun. I've watched that show like 3 times, and this is my favorite part of it because it's the song from the ballet that the very eccentric New York choreographer chose, and it kind of feels like a stomp song almost, because I don't know
Okay.
how they're making some of these sounds. Like there's very, very specific, like it's like angry cello, and I love it. It's just this guy like rocks the cello like no one else. Like Wednesday would be jealous. But I think the fact that the song is called Growing Pressure and it does kind of feel like growing pressure in the song. But I like to poke the bear, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm an agent of chaos. So
Gotcha.
then the next song that follows it up is the piano version of Let It Go. There's a album that Disney put out called Disney Peaceful Piano. So it's so
Yeah.
appropriate though, because there's all this family growing pressure. Now just let it go.
Nice. Nice. Yes, I will. I will have a couple Disney songs on here. I actually have three on here, which is appropriate because that's
Yeah,
tonight, right? We're recording
tomorrow night.
tomorrow night. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's gonna, oh my
That's
gosh, yeah.
friendships over.
Like I said, I'm an agent of chaos. I poke the bear, and tomorrow's gonna be so epic.
Oh, it's gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. But we're all gonna
Friendships
walk
may be
away.
destroyed. Who knows?
We'll see. Well, maybe one friend is gonna be upset about
Mhm,
stuff, and the rest of us are gonna just continue on our merry way.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, my next one. We're starting to eat, and confidence is pretty high right now. Start with something simple as time goes by. From Casablanca. I love the instrumental version of this because the instrumental version, if you just hear the piano version of this, if you watch the DVD, that's the version that's on like the DVD menu. But also when Sam actually plays it for just Rick, not when Ilsa comes into the bar. He's playing it slow. He's playing it pretty, casual, pretty, I guess. So I added that on here because just this is the part where you just gotta just remember, like, slow down a little bit. Let's have fun. But then as I'm starting to stuff my stomach a little bit, I went with an acoustic version of the song Titanium because that's what I want my stomach to be right now. I need my stomach to be titanium. Plus, also
That's kinda awesome. Yeah.
plus it's a really pretty song, so
Mhm.
I'll give it that. And then this is where I have the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving theme, right
Oh,
smack in the middle of the list, just as a reminder to everybody that yep, we're here for Thanksgiving. We'll make our transition to Christmas by the end of this, but for now, Thanksgiving. Here we go.
This is actually the point in my list that heavy transitions into Christmas because
Mm,
we're getting toward the second half of the meal and we're going to be gearing up to decorate our tree. So my next three are all the same artist. You know, I love Postmodern Jukebox
you
so
do.
much.
You
I
do.
love them. I absolutely do. Scott Bradley's a genius, and he has his solo album, which I love everything about this album. I love the cover. I love the name. I love it all. It's called It's Beginning to Look a Scott Like Christmas.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And the cover looks like old school, like painting of the family, but it's got like five Scotts decorating the tree with the family. It's so
Cool.
great. But he's got and these are all just piano. They're beautiful. There's You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, which doesn't right away sound like it. And then you realize a couple bars and that's what's going on, which is kind of cool. And then Little Drummer Boy and The Carol of the Bells, which I love. So I've got those three all just Scott Bradley with his piano, and that's enough. I love it. Like he's just so talented. Like he knows how to arrange a song in a different way like no one else. So I was glad I could still include Postmodern Jukebox because they don't exactly, they're not known for not singing.
Very, very nice. I like that one. Okay. So my next ones. This is where we're starting to transition into starting to struggle a little bit with the amount of food that I'm having. So my first song is it's meant to be branded as more of a question, even though that's not how the song is branded. But how far am I going to go with eating? So I chose How Far I'll Go by from Moana, and this is
I
a
almost put that.
nice piano version of that. Just a fun casual reminder to everybody that like, hey, I'm still good. But then I think, man, I still want all this food. So I want all this food to belong to me. So I picked You Belong with Me from the strings version from Bridgerton season 3. I adore the music from Bridgerton, and I think this was a good way just to question my convictions and be like, no, 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 no. But then I capped this group off with, oh, I'm gonna overeat again, so I picked Bad Habits by.
I love it. Is it the
So
Tove Lo, but like, or
no,
is it a different Bad Habits?
it's I think it's the Ed Sheeran Bad Habits song, but it's by Sebastian Young, who, yeah, just nice.
No, that's a great call. I love
Yeah.
it. So my next one are all three from movies.
Okay.
So I think that this one is so fun. The From Love Actually. It's the montage of the Christmas is all around us. Christmas is
Yeah,
all around. I really don't like the movie, quite honestly, in general. Like there's only a few parts I'm really into. Like I feel like it's an every 3-year watch for me, and I haven't seen it in a couple years, so I probably am gonna watch it this year because I feel obligated to the movie. I don't know why.
fair.
It's insane. Like it's weird that a movie makes me feel guilty about not watching it every so many years. But I do like the music from it. And I really thought that the montage instrumental only version of Christmas is All Around's pretty good. And then's when I have my Muppet song. I've got the overture from A Muppet Christmas Carol, the Paul Williams composed overture. It's about 2.5 minutes. It's beautiful, and you get all the jolliness
Mm.
and everything from the movie encapsulated in that quick little time frame. And then because you're trying to wrap up dinner, you only got like 3 songs left. Well, 4 songs left. I've got a song called Fast Forward, and it's actually from the Serendipity soundtrack, which is
Oof.
actually a great Christmas movie.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
I'm a huge John Cusack fan, and I like that movie so much. And this is an instrumental song from when they're kind of just wandering the city, missing each other,
Mhm.
kind of about 3 quarters into the movie. And I just love that it's called Fast Forward too, because it's like the perfect title and perfect song for trying to wrap up your meal. And it's Alan Silvestri. I mean, seriously,
Yeah,
you really can't
can't
go wrong.
can't go wrong with that. Plus, also Serendipity, very underrated movie, implausible as hell, but that is part of the charm of loving that movie.
Exactly.
So I may actually watch that sometime soon because that's technically a Christmas movie.
Yeah. Oh, it's very
Yeah.
much a Christmas movie.
Yeah. So all right. So my next group is my irrational confidence grouping, where it's like I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but I'm just going to keep trucking through. And this is the part where I think everything is all good. And I picked I Want to Dance with Somebody because there is nothing else out there that I love to listen to than I Want to Dance with Somebody when I'm excited about something. I will not dance at a wedding until they play I Want to Dance with Somebody. That's always the first one. And if you play it at the end of a wedding, fuck you. You're a monster because
Yeah,
that should be played at
everyone's
least
waiting for that. That's how
well,
you.
particularly
Yeah.
me. I'm waiting for that. So, but then we think, wait a second, I can't dance right now because that's a level of confidence that I'm not ready to have at this moment. So I picked Let It Be by like an acoustic version from the Beatles. Let It Be is just a beautiful song just to remember that I don't know, just I really love that song for all that it represents. But then after Let It Be, I have Reflection from Mulan because after I'd be like, wait, I danced, now I'm gonna let it be, and then I think, what's wrong with me? What's going on? So I picked Reflection as a way just to kind of remind
Oh, it's
myself.
beautiful, and that's a
Yeah.
beautiful song.
It is a beautiful song, a very underrated song, and a
Oh yeah.
song that I'm going to be pitching tomorrow. Spoilers.
Why am I not surprised?
Yep.
I got Mulan on my list too, but I think we all know it's not that song.
Nice. Okay.
It may be Donny Osmond, which will piss off Heath so much.
Yep, it probably will, but that's okay. I feel like that's going to be the name of the game tomorrow. Who
Oh
can
my
make
gosh,
Heath
it'll
the
be how
most mad?
much? Yeah, who's gonna make him pop? Yes. So my last set is Trans-Siberian Orchestra. The song's called First Snow. And it's
Mm,
just perfect because it's like, ugh, wouldn't it be great if after dinner it was like the first snow? I mean, I live in
mhm.
Florida, so it's obviously never going to happen, but I like to think it would. And then I've got a
We
really short one.
we had like a couple inches of snow last week, and it was weird because we had a couple inches of snow, and then it all melted away, and then by Sunday it was like really nice. You could walk around without a jacket. Illinois weather's bullshit. There, I'll say it.
Mm,
So
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So my next one is Four Seasons by Vivaldi, but it's actually the Nevermore Academy version
Ooh.
from, yeah, it's really heavy on the cello, as we know I love. I think it's cool because it doesn't sound like all wedding-y like the other versions. It,
Mhm.
it, it definitely has its own vibe, but I kind of like the Four Seasons aspect of it, because Thanksgiving is kind of a transition season, especially in Florida. It's when it finally starts cooling down from unbearable heat to like, I want to be outside.
Hmm.
So I like including that in this. And then my last 2 are actually really long, but amazing because it's nice not to have the transition when you're kinda wrapping up dinner and either saying goodbyes or cleaning up. So I've got The Suite from the Polar Express, which is also Alan Silvestri, which is amazing. It's about 6 minutes, and it kinda takes you through the movie
Mm.
almost. So if you're familiar enough with the movie, it kind of feels like it takes you through it in a succinct little time. But it's not too jaunty, it's not too slow. It just kind of it's like it keeps it moving, like get out of my house, like let's keep
Mm.
it moving.
Okay.
And then the last one is almost clocking in at 9 minutes 54 seconds. It is The Legend of Klaus from Klaus. And it's kind of the same way where I love that movie so much. And I think that other people are starting to really have that in their yearly rotation. And I feel like it is actually recognizable enough now
Mhm.
that people will be like, oh, is this the music from Klaus? And I'll be like, yeah, yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And I like you because you knew. So this is
Mhm.
kind of like a friendship tester kind of song too. Because it's like, oh, who do I actually care to have linger after the meal?
Mm.
Did
Mm.
you recognize this song? Why don't you hang back for the better dessert?
That is a good call. I was recently converted to a Klaus fan last Christmas in particular, because when Nick and I did our Christmas programming, because it was a mix of TV shows, movies, shorts, things like that. I think he had it, and I was like, not on my list. It's too new. And then he just
Nope.
looked at me like I was a monster. And
Yeah.
after I watched it, I was like, okay, I am a monster. I do. That's
Like you have no soul. What's
yeah,
wrong with you?
it's
No.
true. It's true. So yeah, that's a great pick. I love Klaus. I love the music in Klaus as well. So that's a great pick. Okay. I have six left, so I will kind of run through
Bring it on
these.
home, baby.
Bring it home. So this is the point when I'm starting to get full, and we're just in the home stretch of dinner. So I picked When You Believe. I believe I'm going to bring this home. I
I'm gonna
I
make it through this.
I picked my next one. I don't know why. I don't have a good reason for this. I picked Rewrite the Stars because I love
God, I love that song so much.
it's so good. And
There's an instrumental version on our music at work, and I love every time it comes on. I don't
yeah.
care. It's so beautiful.
Hmm.
Like every version I've heard, I like too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's a great pick.
And then this is when we're just about done. And I picked I See the Light from Tangled. I'm so close to being done. So then my last grouping, I've got a guitar version of Time After Time because I love there was a I think the first season of the US version of The Voice where the in the blind auditions, the eventual winner, he plays an acoustic version of Time After Time. And you and I both love that song
Oh
unabashedly.
my God, yeah.
So I do love that. I've got a string quartet
Not just for
version.
it's not just for roller skating in the dark. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. Exactly. I have a string quartet version of Hallelujah, not the
Oh, no.
Vivaldi version, but the
But
uh,
the Buckley version,
yep, yep. So, and
that's
then
great.
this is I didn't think of this as a friendship tester, but now that I think about it, I kind of do. I've got Christmas at Hogwarts as my last
Oh,
song.
amazing. That
Um,
just missed my list. I
yeah.
was like so sad to take it off, but time-wise, it was like I could keep more with
Mhm.
get and which I know sounds stupid since I have a 10-minute song in here, but
No, like
I really wanted that on my list. It's on my Snyder cut
this
because
the
I've always got
yeah,
the
yeah.
Snyder.
No, I got you there. There were a couple hard cuts as well as with every list, but that's the joy of doing a list like this. You got to
Mhm.
keep it within the time frame or else the CD isn't gonna write. Um
Exactly. And I
my
had John Williams represented, so I
mhm.
wasn't feeling horrible about like that was part of how I made some of my cuts was actually was this composer in my mix already? Because like I think it was James Horner got cut out and I got the Danny Elfman in instead. But it was like the Grinch was still represented. So yeah, it was a there were some tough cuts on this one, which was funny because at first I felt like I wasn't gonna make it like,
Mm,
because some of these are so short, but then by the end, like, after I'd thrown in some of the longer ones, but I really wanted to keep the longer ones because I felt like we needed long stretches in between, especially because otherwise it was too chunked up. Like, you can't have a mix that just like, "Oh my god, we're on another song already. Oh my god, we're on another song already." Like, you can't have 45 seconds, 45 seconds, 45 seconds, or it's just too disruptive to the mood.
mhm.
So I was pretty happy with how it turned out overall. And I love like you had such different choices. Like I can't believe like we almost had overlap on How Far I'll Go
Yeah.
because that
Yeah.
was on my original. That would have
Mhm.
been ridiculous.
That would have been
But
funny, but
it would have
because we've had a handful of times where it's like,
mhm.
how is this the one thing that we overlapped on? But
Perish.
it just
It would have been Disney again too, which would have been the best part of it.
that would have been amazing. But it just goes to show that I love when we have lists that are just like very different because then I get something different to listen
Mhm.
to as well. So I'm very much looking forward to that. So if you could send me the list when you get a chance, that'd be
Most
great.
definitely.
Final question I have for you before I get you out of here. If this playlist was an actual CD, what would be the album cover?
Oh, very definitely. It's going to be like a grand piano as the dinner table
Hmm.
with the family food fighting and the keys like on fire.
Oh, nice.
But like
Um,
not on fire like they've set it on fire from their food fight, like on fire from the music. So
hmm.
it needs to have like notes coming out of the fire. So
Oh,
you
nice.
realize it's because the soundtrack is burning it up.
Nice, nice. I love that. I'm gonna go with just very simply an empty plate that looks like a record.
Oh,
That's
that's
all.
amazing.
With all of the dried up food, all the leftovers. Yeah, just keep it simple
That
like
is
that.
perfect.
So, well, Patrice, it's very good to see you. I miss talking to you, and I hope that we will be talking more often coming up
Oh my
soon.
gosh,
But
yes.
is there, where can the people find you, and is there anything you'd like to plug?
Right now, just my, when I pop up on Sif Pop, I've had a little bit of a road bump with getting my own site started. So that's going to be in the new year. But when it is up, it'll be teelyfox.com for all shenanigans related to pop culture.
Very nice. All right. Cool, good stuff. Looking forward to that, and you'll be seeing
Oh yeah.
Patrice a couple of times before the end of the year. So looking forward to that. Well, my friends, the time has come to end this episode of Mix CD. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe to anything and everything SPDM Crew wherever you get your podcast. Join us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and Blue Sky at SPDM Crew. Check out our website soon to be out at spdmcrew.com. You can follow our playlist on Spotify and Apple Music at Mike Hilty. Shout out to HiFlyer Creative Studios for making our awesome logo. Greatly appreciate their support. And if you have any marketing, logo, or brand standard needs, contact them at highflyercreative.com. If you've got a podcast idea or you're interested in being part of the SPDM crew as a guest or collaborating, email us at spdmcrew@gmail.com. Until next time, no matter what happens now, you shouldn't be afraid because I know today has been the most perfect day I've ever seen.